Interesting sign there. You are now in Oodnadatta, Australia's hottest, driest town. So we've just come off the Oodnadatta to Hamilton station, which has been closed since we left. Well, the roads are open south from Oodnadatta, and here we go. Off towards Coober, Pedy, and from Coober, Pedy we'll turn west to go across to Perth, Kalgoorlie. The classic ironstone gibber plains of so many of our desert areas. Beautiful red, rich red surface from that iron hydroxide. Then you can see the breakaways, the hills that this area has been formed from. This is very reminiscent of parts of Sturt Stony Desert and so on, which we're just to the east of. Mile after mile after mile of ironstone gibber plains, uphill, down dale and in between. And this is one of the riverine floodway areas. See, this is much richer in acacias or ironstone gibber plains. Area here of white gibber plains, and I presume that's quartz or quartzite origin. Then we drift back into the ironstone again really quickly. Just travelling through an area now of ironstone gibber country, but we're getting salt bush and some samphires, I think, but mainly salt bush, just shrubland, so probably indicates a slightly different soil or maybe a slightly heavier rainfall. I'm now heading 187 degrees on the VMS navigator towards Coober, Pedy. We're about 150 k's north of still very much the red gibber ironstone plains. You can see here on the left hand side of the road how badly the road can be chopped up just by a single vehicle, and for those of you not in the know, if you travel on one of these roads when you know it's closed, you get fined $1,000 for every wheel. That includes spares and the steering wheel. This is the turn-off from the Oodnadatta Coober Pedy Road to Akaringa and the Painted Desert. There are Adam Plates, one of his many pink signs. He was known as the man who painted the deserts pink. We're just coming into the Painted Desert, which Sally May has called part of the Morse Code Hills, dot dashes on the horizon, and we're doing a VKS 737 HF radio sched with Meekatharra base. It's a nice wet little morning on Akaringa station as we approach the Akaringa Hills, or Painted Desert. These are the Akaringa Hills, or part of the Painted Desert, and sadly we're only seeing it in cloudy, dull conditions, but as the people say at Akaringa station, where we had a good camp, the colours are constantly changing regardless of what light you have. This is the public access Akaringa, I should say, and it's part of the Painted Desert, as they call it, which is this whole set of ranges that from the distance look like Morse code across the sky. These are the beautiful Akaringa Hills, and a central point of what's known as the Painted Desert, one of our little pocket handkerchief deserts in Australia. These hills extend for quite a few kilometres across the horizon, and a great diversity of colour and shapes in this sort of jump up mesa country or mesa country, and the colours are absolutely mind-boggling and would be a great place to spend about 3 or 4 days and just watch the colours change, but it's not to be. We're on our way. Here we are about 96 kilometres north of Coober, Pedy, and I'd say when we arrive we'll discover that they've closed this road again. A totally different perspective of what a desert's all about when you're out in the desert in these conditions. This is a really spectacular part of the track between Oodnadatta and Coober, Pedy. As you can see, we're back in that ironstone country with dry vegetation out in this desert. The present cabin temperature is about 18 degrees, and the wind chill would be, I'd say, another 5 degrees on that. So yeah, lovely summer day in the desert. The moon desert, because it looks like the surface of the moon, and we now know that it rains on the moon, obviously. Otherwise there wouldn't be rain here, would there? Here we are coming into the village of Coober, Pedy. As you can see, Coober, Pedy is famous for its underground exhibits, opal mine tours, underground homes, opal displays, and you can even go to church underground. I thought that might have been getting a bit close to hell, but anyway, that's the way they do it here in Coober, Pedy. The underground existence means for a much cooler, more stable temperature year round. Interesting to see the houses that are built into the side of the hill. Obviously the house extends back into the hill, and all sorts of combinations thereof. Oh my gosh, there's too many choices. There's underground homes, motels, backpackers, Jesus for all nations, buses, underground B&B, and the Lookout Cave. So we'll go this way and see what we can find. Opal mining equipment that one can find right throughout the town. Liquor shop and the Opal Cave and IGA supermarket, fruit and veg, meat, pizza and opals, but no sign of good coffee. One of the locals has chosen the top of an old mullock heap as a spot to build their house, and you can see all the garages of the underground houses halfway down the hill. This is where we come onto the Stuart Highway, and again you can see the way in which the entire surrounds here have been mined for opal or used as mullock dumps. This is one of the opal mining rigs that's been set up on the post to welcome you into Coober, Pedy. There's one on each entrance, and one of them has followed dear old Adam Plate's technique and painted itself pink, but not this one. Port Augusta, 538 kilometres. We're about 136 k's south of Coober, Pedy at Mount Era Station. We've just entered their countryside after crossing a ramp into that area. But you can see now that we're heading into the semi-arid country rather than the arid or desert land. Here's another one of these Royal Flying Doctor Service emergency airstrips out in the middle of nowhere, and very important, and something that we're very lucky to have. A, the strips, and B, a medical service that can come to you in these remote locations. Every chance you get, give some money to the Royal Flying Doctor Service. 10 kilometres north of Glandambo and 185 kilometres south of Coober, Pedy. Heading 164 degrees according to the VMS navigator, and on the Stuart Highway. And as you can see, the road's good, and we've actually got some sunshine, the first sunshine we've seen for several days. And the reason why we've decided to go via the Stewart and Ayr highways to Perth rather than across the Ann Bedell or Grand Central Road. This is still in what we have called the Great Central Desert, extremities towards the south. We're right on the edge of the interim biogeographical regions of Australia, zoning from desert into semi-arid lands. So we're going to see that change over the next few hundred k's as we go further south. Here are these mulga woodlands stretching off into the distance as we head into the eastern extremities of the Nullarbor and the southern extremities of the Great Central Desert. This is Oodnadatta Station. As you can see, quite arid land still part of the Great Central Desert, and we're on the Stewart Highway heading 102 degrees south according to the VMS navigator. UHF VMS keeping us in touch with truckies and other vehicles with regards to road conditions ahead, which are all good. It appears that Ghan consists of a service of double truck stops,
camping, stores,
with a pub in the middle. Experience of the new Ghan as we fly over it. The new Ghan Railway, finished ahead of time, on budget, and provides an excellent service. Every one of those containers is equivalent to 6,000 cars on the highway. And they've double stacked them on this little baby, so quite incredible. Oh, hello, we've got somebody here that's deciding to stop and experience it firsthand. Just this beautiful evening light as we run parallel to the new Ghan Railway, and the train is running at about 105 kilometres an hour. And we're still in the Great Central Desert, verging onto the semi-arid lands of central South Australia and the eastern Nullarbor, cruising at 106 degrees on the VMS navigator in the southeast of Ghan, bound for Port Augusta on the Stewart Highway, also known as the Explorer's Way. Here we are, parked on the edge of the Ghan railway track at Lake Hart and waiting for the Ghan to come through. This is the Ghan that we passed about 30 k's back, and it's a long one. The Ghan Freight at Lake Hart, South Australia.